Hi, I'm Ellen McCauley. I'm at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. You know, we've been talking about barriers to weight loss. I think that's what everyone's interested in. What are my barriers? What are they? And they can be multiple barriers. We can't just have one. You know, maybe there's stress and anxiety and eating the wrong things and learn bad habits. There can be a cornucopia of barriers. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a cornucopia of barriers at times. And one of the things we talked about last week was trying to, get a plan, get some sort of a menu plan with a grocery list and some sort of recipes. And several people in the group kind of approached me and said, Ellen, I'm on a fixed income here and I have some money issues and I really can't afford it. I can't afford it. And I just want to reiterate. And then somebody else said, a few weeks ago, you gave out an article saying that you really don't need wheat pasta or wheat this, that wheat isn't always great for you. Which one is it? Because this last plan was saying how you should have wheat this and wheat that. Every week, we're going to have different approaches. Every week, we're going to talk about different things. And all of a sudden, a light bulb's going to go off, and one of these things might work for you. One of these things, I don't want anyone going and going into debt, buying expensive snapper or buying a lobster because it's good for you. So let's talk first of all, how can we eat healthy on a budget? And I don't know about you, but even if you're not, none of us are Bill Gates in this room, but I think food, period, has just gone up. It's just you go to the grocery store, and even if you got a couple of bucks, it's like, OMG, it's just really getting higher. So what can we do? If we can save on money and still have quality, if first of all, we eliminate a few things. Going out to meals. I don't know about you, but they're expensive. Even if you go out to fast food, you can't get out with a burger and drinks or whatever. You might sit there and go, what about the dollar fries, Ellen? You shouldn't be eating the dollar fries. That's what I'm going to say to that. So, we need to limit our intake of junk food and alcohol, drink lots of water, and the salty and sugary. If you're the kind of person, it doesn't bother. Now, I want to make sure everyone knows that I'm not giving global statements up here. I don't want anyone to quit the group because they say, I don't like yogurt, and all Ellen talks about is yogurt, and I'm never going to eat yogurt. That's it, I quit. You like yogurt? I'm just saying, if you haven't had yogurt since 1950 and you haven't tried, Chobani or Price Chopper Greek yogurt, try one. You might not still like it. But this week, for example, we tried pesto. I'm 60 years old. I've never had pesto. And guess what? I want to marry pesto. I love pesto. I think I might have children with pesto. I love it. I love it. Now, a little bit. And we're going to talk about the pesto in a minute. Watch those saturated fats. Now, one of the things, growing up, my dad, didn't work regularly for the first years of our lives. He had some addiction issues and loved the man, but it was tough. And we were on public assistance. And we received, back then they called it surplus food. And the surplus food was usually huge bags of white macaroni and this block of cheese that was this honker big, and peanut butter that had oil on the top that big, and you'd have to go mix it forever. And we had weight issues. Our biggest meal 3 or 4 times a week was macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. Easy, quick, cheap. Didn't do any favors weight-wise, but I do want to mention that when we eliminate those saturated fats, when we try to watch it, we might not lose 20 pounds a week, which isn't healthy anyway, but we can try to buy healthier foods. Beans and lentils. I don't know about anybody else, but I tried the black bean and hummus burrito. Anybody try it besides me? Mark? Dan? Again? I wanted to marry it, have children. It was wonderful. It's little, it's not big. It was so delicious. Sliced tomatoes we put on it. You can do whatever you want. Beans are cheap. Brown rice is a little bit more expensive, but you can add it to so many other things. Pasta, and they say choose whole wheat pasta. And if you're lactose. I'm not talking about you if you can't handle this stuff. Soups. I think making soup can be just as cheap sometimes as buying canned soup that has so much sodium in it. You know, you get some low sodium broth, you get some chicken, you throw it in, fresh vegetables and fruit. Again, if you look around, you shop around. One of the group members, I won't tell you who, but she's on my top of my list right now because she went apple picking and she put a bag of Honeycrisp apples on my front porch. Oh. Hello, yes. Did she get extra points with me? When she gained 2 pounds tonight, I said, oh, you didn't gain, you actually lost. That's how happy I was with those Honeycrisp apples. Let me tell you. Then condiments. You know, I'm talking about herbs, spices, curry powder, I mean, we're so boring. And that's where I brought up the pesto. Crock pot meals. You get the chicken, you put it there. You know, if you buy an inexpensive piece of meat and you put it in the crock pot all day, it's going to fall apart. It's going to be tender. And you might say, well, I can't afford a crock pot. I have an extra one. See me later. Also, freezing. You go someplace. I didn't even realize they said you can freeze milk. I've never freeze milk. You can freeze everything. You can freeze meat, milk, bread. You can freeze everything. I wouldn't freeze canned foods because you really don't need to. They're in a can. But capitalize on one-pot dishes. It saves prep time, money, dishwashing, freeze the rest, get little freezer dishes. Again, if you don't have any, I have so many I can't close my cupboard door sometimes. And look at the brands. I don't know about you. And again, I should get a gift card for this. I really believe, now if you're over there going, I have no money, but I only shop at Wegmans. Wegmans, no offense, Danny, is a little pricey. Now you might say, well, they got cheaper stuff. I'm telling you, Price Shopper, you get gas money, and their brands, their Price Shopper brands, I challenge you, I think are just as good as any, and they're all made in America. I checked, where are they made? America. Try the store brands. I can't say it enough, limit your dining out. If you don't have any money, should you really be going out 4 or 5 times a week? Now somebody might sit there going, I don't have any money and I'm not going out. I'm not talking about you. I'm only talking about if you're trying to save money, it's going to be hard, it's going to be challenging, and I mean, if you're on a limited budget, all we can do in this life is the best we can. That's all we can do. Try just doing the best you can. And we're going to stop right there, Bob.